Lots of people are talking about using ChatGPT to write blog posts for SEO, but that would be a disastrous mistake. But that doesn't mean that GPT isn't a great tool for SEO. So let's dive into a couple of different ways you can use ChatGPT for SEO. Hi there, Jesse Flores, Chief Web Pro of Super Web Pros. Now, before we can dive into how to use ChatGPT for SEO, it's important that you know what ChatGPT is. Now, I've covered this extensively in other videos, but the long and the short of it is that ChatGPT is an AI engine that processes natural language at amazing speed and with astonishing results, as we get ready to see that here. So, for our example, what we're going to do is we're going to imagine a fictional bookkeeping company. And this fictional bookkeeping company is a bookkeeping company that, like many local businesses, wants to be able to provide helpful content for its prospective customers in order to generate traffic for its blog and ultimately convert these prospective customers into clients. So, let's go ahead and get started with the first way that one can use ChatGPT for search engine optimization. And the first way that you can use ChatGPT for search engine optimization is to use it in order to help you find topics to even talk about in the first place. Here we are inside of ChatGPT, and what I did is I took our fictional bookkeeping prompt and I went ahead and pasted into ChatGPT my prompt. I'm a bookkeeper looking to generate some topics for my blog. Can you provide me 25 topics that a prospect seeking bookkeeping services might search when they're looking for a new bookkeeper? ChatGPT, after a few minutes, says, sure, here are 25 potential topics for a bookkeeping blog. Benefits of outsourcing bookkeeping services, choosing the right bookkeeper for your business, top bookkeeping software options, and so on and so forth. Now, what's great about this is that here it is very quickly generating a lot of topics, some of which you might have thought about had you sat down to do it yourself, but others of which you might not have thought about or it might have taken you a long time to think about. And so now if you're a bookkeeper, you've got a bunch of options here that you probably already know something about, and you're ready to go ahead and get started with augmenting this with your own experience as you start to dive into this. Now, you can see here that it cut off around 18. And this underscores something I've talked about before in a previous video, which is that it's still in beta, it's still buggy, and so here it cut off at 18, even though it actually, in memory, as we'll show in a second here, kept going and generating more topics. So then I said, all right, after you've already generated some topic and some ideas, let's go ahead and group these by search intent. Put the topic in a column on the left and the search intent in the column on a right. And so here we go. It now takes my topics, and we see on the left, benefits of outsourcing bookkeeping services, and that is a consideration search intent. Choosing the right bookkeeper for your business, consideration search intent. Top bookkeeping software options, consideration search intent. Now, what is search intent and why does it matter? So, generally speaking, search intent refers to when somebody is putting a keyword in or a topic in, benefits of outsourcing bookkeeping services, what are they looking to get out of it? Are they looking to purchase? Are they looking to learn? Are they looking to think about using a service, maybe not right now, but maybe in the future? Okay, so what GPT has done is it started to take these topics and started to now map these topics to different intent. So if I'm putting together my content plan for my blog, I now have over here a list of topics organized by intent that I might want to be thinking about as I'm putting together my content strategy. Now this is really great because the reality is a healthy blog will have topic that isn't just all about buy or consider. It'll have a mix of content that includes consideration, education, transaction, etc. And very quickly, ChatGPT has taken this information and organized it for us. Next question we ask it was, can you rank them in descending order by search volume and maybe add another column that tells us the search volume? And here we run into the first thing ChatGPT can't do. And what it cannot do is organize this information by search volume. The reality is ChatGPT is not technically connected to the internet. It's been trained in lots and lots of data prior to 2021, and so it doesn't actually have updated search volume. And so here you can see that it says, I'm sorry, I cannot provide you a ranking based on search volume because I do not have access to real-time data. However, you can use other tools such as Google Keyword Planner or SEMrush to research these. And this is where, as you're starting to put together your plan, you'll want to be aware that there are these other tools that exist, or work with an SEO professional to get real-time data from SEMrush, Google Keyword Planner, Ahrefs, or any number of other tools in order to figure out which of these topics you actually should spend some time on and which ones are worth you actually putting some content planning around. So let's imagine that I've decided that I want to take one of these posts, let's say the benefits of outsourcing bookkeeping services, and I want to go ahead and say what keywords should I target with that particular post. Again, we have another great use case for ChatGPT, and that is coming up with keywords for a particular page or topic. And so here we go. If you're writing a post about the benefits of outsourcing bookkeeping services, you may want to target the following keywords. And now it lists out about a dozen keywords. Now, if I'm putting together this content, what I want to do is then make sure that throughout my article, I'm actually including some of these keywords throughout the article in natural, organic ways in order to make sure that I'm covering the breadth of this topic using keywords that people have actually searched for in the past. Now, they say here, remember the note, to choose keywords that are relevant to your content and audience. Use keyword research tools to figure out if these keywords are actually valuable. But the important thing is that this could have taken hours and hours and hours of research, not just in terms of figuring out if the volume is there, but even coming up with this list in the first place. And ChatGPT has made this much, much easier for us. Keywords themselves also have their own intent, right? And so we've already talked about using ChatGPT for brainstorming topics, grouping topics by intent, picking a topic. In this case, we picked benefits of outsourcing bookkeeping services, and coming up with keywords for that particular topic. And now we want to group those keywords by relevant. And here we go. Now it's going to group them by relevance, so which are highly relevant, which are informational, which are navigational. And it's going to take those keywords and now put them into a list so that I can see of the keywords it generated, these ones up here are most relevant and informational, and that's really great. But these other ones might not necessarily be as relevant. Now, you'll notice that there's overlap in between some of those things. And again, this is where you'll have to start making some decisions, both off of ChatGPT and working with your SEO professionals to figure out, okay, how do I make sense of this data and how do I organize my content in order to take advantage of the results that ChatGPT is giving me. What many people might be tempted to do at this point is to then say, can you write me a blog post on this topic? And the reality is, it absolutely can. But just because you can doesn't mean you should. There are a couple of reasons why you should not use ChatGPT for blogging. So the first reason that you shouldn't do this is because automated content is against Google's webmaster guidelines, right? So for years, people have been able to write automatically generated content. Maybe not as well as ChatGPT can today, but it's not a new thing. This is not Google's first trip to the rodeo. And it's been against our terms of service for a long time. It's still against our terms of service. And if you get caught, not only will you not get an SEO benefit, you could end up with a massive SEO penalty. How would Google know, you might ask? It seems so natural language. The reality is there is implicit inside of ChatGPT and other natural language processing engines, there are engineers working on what's called algorithmic watermarking. And algorithmic watermarking essentially is ways that they encode the responses so that other bots who are crawling the content know whether or not the content has been generated by a bot. Now, why does this matter? It matters because people could potentially be using the bot in order to plagiarize or even impersonate other people if these bots get sufficiently good at that. As you can imagine, this is not a great thing, and so you do not want to use ChatGPT for writing blog posts. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't come up with good outlines, right? And so another use case for ChatGPT is to use it for writing outlines. Now, in this case, I asked it to write the blog post in order to show you what not to do, but it does give us a lot of interesting ideas that we might want to make sure we include in our own blog post. And so using ChatGPT to generate an outline is a great use of ChatGPT to give us some topics and ideas and things we want to make sure we include so that we're hitting all of the keywords that we talked about previously while writing about a topic. Let's imagine that we've gone ahead and we have written this epic blog post, not with ChatGPT, but rather ourselves. We wrote the post. It's been well done. And now we want to go ahead and start doing some other light optimizations. So we might want to ask ChatGPT to write a blog post title. Maybe we want to write 10 blog post titles on the benefits of bookkeeping, make them SEO friendly. And here ChatGPT is going to go ahead and take that, and now it's going to take this topic and return a series of blog post titles that will work for our use case. And again, titles are so important that we might, spend a lot of time trying to mull over the perfect title. And the reality is sometimes you just need to look at a bunch of options and pick one that works. And so here we go. Now it's generating a couple of titles. And we might want to look at some of these and say, how outsourcing, the benefits you need to know, that's kind of cool. Streamline your finances, the benefits of outsourcing bookkeeping. That's an interesting one as well. Effortlessly manage your finances with outsourced bookkeeping services. Also a really interesting title. And so here you go. You might then find a title here that you want to get some ideas on or riff on. And this is a great use of ChatGPT for SEO, coming up with titles. You can also use ChatGPT to write meta descriptions for my post on the benefits of outsourcing bookkeeping services. And again, it will go ahead and generate a meta description for that post. You might even want to have it generate a few so you can see which ones you like. Writing meta descriptions for search engine optimization is actually not a violation of Google's terms of services. So it is okay for you to take a meta description and put it directly into the meta fields of your website and return that exactly. Now, you will still want to read the meta description to make sure that it makes sense, that it encourages people to click, and that it's not too long, and that it actually fits within what a good meta description should be. But using ChatGPT to write a meta description is a great use of ChatGPT. Where does that leave us? Before we dive into that, if you found this topic helpful, please take a second to subscribe and like the video. If you know somebody else in your network who might also find this content useful, please take a second to share this with them. ChatGPT is a great tool for helping you with the administrative tasks of SEO or search engine optimization. It is great for helping you come up with topic ideas, great for helping you come up with keyword ideas, great for helping you with grouping and recognizing search intent and keyword intent. It is a great tool for even helping you come up with an outline for your SEO and for your blog posts. It is great at writing a lot of SEO titles, and it's great at putting together meta descriptions, basic administrative tools that you need for good search engine optimization. However, you should not be using ChatGPT to write posts and then publish those online. It's a violation of Google's terms of service, and it's only a matter of time before you get caught. And not only do you not receive the benefit of search engine optimization, you could end up with a massive search engine penalty. It's also important to recognize that ChatGPT is not connected to the internet, and so it cannot provide accurate keyword research information in terms of how many searches there are over any period of time. You need to either consult other software or work with an SEO professional to figure out if the topics it gave you and the keywords it gave you are even worth trying to rank for. And finally, because it's not connected to the internet, it's important to recognize that ChatGPT is not going to be a great tool if you're looking for keyword ideas or topic ideas that you need right now that are happening with respect to current events. It is great for evergreen content and for the kind of content that might over time bring more prospects into your blog and ultimately into your funnel, but it's not going to be the best tool for you if you're trying to blog about something going on right now in the world with current events. ChatGPT is an amazing tool, and it can really help to make you a lot more productive. Today we've talked about ways it can help make you more productive in SEO, but if you'd like to see ways that it can make you more productive in other ways, I recommend you check out our video on 9 productivity tips for ChatGPT. It's linked somewhere around here, and we'll give you a lot of different ways that you can save literally dozens, if not hundreds, or in our case, even thousands of hours using ChatGPT to make you and your business and your employees more productive. Thank you again for your time, and we'll see you in the next one.